So it's Sunday, and as you may have noticed, I'm not George. Unfortunately, George isn't too well today, so I'm doing this video for Sunday. Again, you might also have noticed that the camera isn't particularly brilliant. I've been a bit lazy. I had a lot of exams over January, so I didn't actually manage to figure out the camera. Also, another sorry is that I stayed up really late last night because I'm a college student. That's what college students do. I was doing work, and I really apologise for how tired I look. But anyway, last time I made a video, I promised that I would answer questions that you sent me. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to tackle this week's theme. So the first question: how did you get involved in LGBTQuinists? Basically, I was on Tumblr, which isn't unusual for me, and I saw a post that was asking for volunteers for people to help with a collaboration channel about LGBTQ issues and related things. So obviously the post said we're looking for people that can post on a weekly basis, and I've contacted I'm pretty sure it was Phoebe, and I said, well, I really want to do this, I really like the idea, but obviously I'm really busy with college and things like that. And to which she replied saying that it's not really a problem because they were looking for people like me who couldn't post a video every week because they would stand in for the people that consequently couldn't post a video every week. So that was the birth of my involvement. Next question is, what star sign are you? I am a Capricorn, and I am told all the time that I am very much like my star sign. If you're not familiar with the Capricorn, we are typically, the update things come up. Okay, we are typically determined, ambitious, hardworking, apparently. We're apparently serious, which is something I wouldn't say that I am. And the other thing that we apparently are is interested in maths, which is quite accurate. So yeah. Next question was, are you a vegetarian? This is like one of the most popular questions that I get asked, along with, are you left-handed? And I have no idea to this day why that is the case. So both those questions, I am not left-handed, I am not a vegetarian. However, I would really like to be a vegetarian because I like the idea and I think it's a fantastic commitment. So I have like the highest level of respect for vegetarians, and it is in my best interest to be one, but I'm a bit weak when it comes to chicken because I love chicken so much. So yeah. Do you wear glasses? I do wear glasses. I can't actually see a thing right now as I record this video. My eyes are pretty much useless. So I don't wear my glasses for this video because I don't need to see things very much, and to be honest I have to stare at myself, so I'd rather not have like perfect vision. But I don't really like myself in glasses either, so I don't wear them when I can avoid it. But obviously when I'm at college or when I'm driving, it's kind of not optional. To answer that question, so I do wear glasses. How do you drink your tea or coffee? I like my tea without milk and without sugar, and I like my coffee without sugar but with milk. Because the thing is that I really hate milk, like so much, that I think it should be banned. I know people that have a glass of milk with their evening meal, and I think that you should get help for that, and that should be a medical condition. And also, while we're getting onto the subject of things that I hate, in the UK we have these things called KitKats, and if you're not familiar with that, it's probably best that you Google it because it's really hard to explain. But basically, in short, they are two chocolate fingers and they're wafer biscuits, and they are connected by a thin strip of chocolate in the middle, right? Okay. And typically you're supposed to break it down the middle, but you get some sick, twisted people that break it horizontally, and that is just, for me, I can't cope with that. If I see someone do that, I just have to, that is just no, I can't cope. I can't deal with someone doing that. Anyway, the next topic I wanted to speak about was LGBTQ phobia in the institution, and when I say LGBTQ phobia, I mean discrimination against any one of those groups, because I don't actually know if it's a proper term. Just assumed it was. I'm a fan of making things up on the spot. Basically, when I was at high school, we had these days called citizenship days. And what we would learn about on citizenship days is racism and the struggle for black people's rights and awareness of racism and that kind of thing. And I think that is 100% completely and entirely correct. But my issue lies with the fact that we don't teach about any kind of other minority group and discrimination against that minority group in society. The problem with school is that if you say something racist or you do something provoked by a racist mindset, say you attack someone just for the colour of their skin or something like that, then you can be very seriously punished. If someone were to say something homophobic in the UK or in class, it would just be not even considered. Same if they would say something sexist, ageist, LGBTQ phobic, any one of those things. And this is where my problem comes in, okay, is that we don't have these special days that tell us about gay people's rights or LGBTQ phobia or ageism or sexism and the struggle for those rights and how people have been oppressed over the years. And for me that doesn't make sense in my head, because the whole principle and the essence of racism is that you don't treat someone differently for irrational reasons. And it doesn't make sense for a school to teach about that but then completely ignore other situations and issues within society. If you believe in racial equality, then it doesn't make sense to say that you don't believe in any kind of other equality, because the essence and the principle of racism is exactly the same if you apply it to LGBTQ phobia and so on and so forth. So for me, if a school doesn't teach about other kinds of inequality, then they are doing their students and society a disservice, because we go to school to learn. And fair enough, okay, that's like English, maths, science, whatever. But school are only interested in things that they can show visually in a table, statistically. And they're not bothered about creating a student that will go out and do something good in society, but they just want a grade from you. And they can't get a grade from teaching you about racism or LGBTQ phobia. Schools are just teaching it because they have to, not because they fully understand the effect that it has on their students. And they are not shaping a society for the future. Because if they were, then they would be concerned with other kinds of equality. Inconsistent to teach about equality of one minority. And the reason I say this is that I don't believe when we go to school we should be taught about one minority. I don't believe we should be taught just about LGBTQ or just about people of different ethnicities or the struggle of sexism and, you know, the list goes on. I think we should be taught about equality, because for me that makes more sense. If you're taught about equality, then you can apply that to any situation in which you are in, whereby someone might be perhaps discriminated against for something that they shouldn't be. And this is where I believe that the education system lets us down. I just don't feel as if they really understand it or they really care. And as I said, that's just for the reasons that I've listed. I hope I made myself clear about that, because I get a bit carried away and I'm not entirely sure as if my thoughts are communicated properly. So I hope that was okay and understood. But as always, if you have any questions about anything that I've just said, then my ask box is down below and you are more than welcome to put something in there, preferably a question. I think that's all I have to say for this video. Thanks for watching, and I will see you soon.